Welcome to the Frostburg United Methodist Church audio-visual technician tutorial video for the Sunday morning worship services. This video should cover everything you'll need to know in order to assist in both the alternative and traditional worship services. Before the service begins, you'll need to collect the laptop, camera, and charging cables for both. To find these, go through this door in the fellowship hall, up the stairs, past the water fountain and stairs to the door on the right to the desk in the back right-hand corner of this room. The laptop and its charger should be located on the desk, while the camera and its charger should be in the upper left-hand drawer of the desk. Take the camera, both power cables, and the laptop to the sound booth in the fellowship hall. When you get to the sound booth, you may need to turn the power on for the soundboard. To do this, press the power button below the table on the right-hand side if the light is not already green. Take the power cable for the laptop and plug it in the back left-hand side of the laptop. Take the blue video cable and plug it into the VGA input on the left-hand side of the laptop, and the black 3.5mm audio cable into the headphone jack on the right-hand side of the laptop. Log in once the laptop is powered on by typing in FUMCAV and pressing Enter. Locate the alternative service PowerPoint and open it on the desktop. At this point, you'll want to log into the soundboard. Press the security button on the screen, then turn the knob so that guest is highlighted. Press the knob to select guest, then using the number pad in the lower right-hand corner, type in 1234 and press the button that says Apply. This will allow you to adjust volume levels and turn channels on or off using the green on buttons of the soundboard. You may want to now go down to the stage to turn on the speakers. Use the white power strips on either side of the stage to do this. If you look at the speaker and the blue light is already on, you do not need to do this. The white remote control that is located on the left-hand speaker by the stage is used to turn the projector on. Pick it up and walk over to the projector on the ceiling and press the red button once. This should turn the red indicator light on the projector from red to flashing green. At approximately 8:45 a.m., if the praise team is finished rehearsing, start the presentation on PowerPoint by pressing the F5 key on the laptop. Announcement slides should now begin playing on the screen, as well as background music through the speakers. If you cannot hear the music, you may need to press the on button for channel 24 so that it is highlighted in green. Feel free to adjust the sound level if it is too loud or too soft. If you see the SD card in the front of the laptop, press on it to eject it. Then turn the camera upside down. Open the small black door so that you can put the SD card in there. You'll need to turn the SD card around so that the gold part is facing you and down. Press it into the camera until it clicks, and then close the door. In order to mount the camera on the tripod, you'll have to hold the lock release switch open, then place the camera on. Two cables will be plugged into that. First, the power cable into the upper section of the right side of the camera. Plug that in, and also into the wall. And the audio-visual cable, which will go in the lower section of the camera. When you see the praise team assemble on stage to pray, make your way to the sound booth if you aren't already there. Begin recording the service as soon as the worship leader steps to the mic to welcome everyone to the morning service by opening the viewfinder screen on the camera and then pressing the record button. If the announcement slides are still cycling, you may need to advance to the worship will begin momentarily slide by pressing the right arrow button on the keyboard. As the first song begins, you should advance the slides to coincide with the lyrics. The presentation view should allow you to see the next slide in sequence throughout the presentation. If you accidentally advance the slide too far, you can use the left arrow on the keyboard to go back. Throughout the service, you'll need to follow along with the script and the sermon text to ensure that the slides on the screen match what is happening in the service. You may also zoom in and out or aim the camera at specific things that are happening during the service in order to highlight them. Twist the handle of the tripod counterclockwise to make it easier to pan up and down or left and right. Twist it clockwise to tighten the panning mechanism so it moves slower. The zoom button, WT, on the top of the camera will allow you to make the shot wider or tighter depending on what you want. Try not to zoom too fast, so use the left and right sparingly or adjust slightly. BJ may adjust the soundboard from the stage with his iPad, but if you hear anything that needs to be changed, simply find the corresponding channel on the soundboard and adjust the volume as needed. Mostly you'll be concerned with channel 23 for the pastor's headset mic and channel 24 for the sound from the laptop. If a video is played during the sermon or audio, this channel must be on in order for the audio to be heard. Following the final song and the benediction, advance to the final slide that says "Go in Peace" at the bottom. Exit music should begin playing along with the announcement slides again. Stop recording on the camera at this point. When the music is finished, or the projection slides have stopped, you can unplug the video and audio cables. Prepare the camera, power cables, and laptop to take upstairs for the second service. Turn the white power strips off so that the speaker blue lights are now off, and take the white remote off the left speaker to turn the projector off by pressing the power button 2 times, which should turn the indicator light yellow. Remember to grab the laptop and the camera and the charging cables, and probably a bulletin on your way upstairs for the second service. The first thing you're going to want to do is turn the key on the Caroline from run to inhibit. Then you'll want to walk over to the sound cabinet and turn the main power in the upper right hand on. Just push the top. You'll have to set the laptop and the camera up similar to the way you did before, with the audio cable on the right for the laptop and the video cable on the left and the power cable on the left and the back. This time you'll open the PowerPoint presentation at the bottom, which is for the traditional service. You'll need to press the left buttons on both of the remotes to turn the projectors on one time. The 2 green lights should be on, which means the feed is coming from the laptop. Again, press the F5 when service starts, or 15 minutes before the service starts, and mount the camera in the same way you did before, with the power cable in the top spot and the AV cable in the bottom spot. One thing that's unique in the sanctuary is you'll need to go to the left side of the table on the floor and press the S button before this service begins to make sure the chapel feed is going to the sanctuary. Again, open the viewfinder and press record when the announcements are about to begin at the beginning of the service. The blue screen will show you what is being sent to the chapel or the nursery, so bear that in mind where you're pointing the camera. On this board, the red indicator lights means that a channel is off. So channel 4, which is the handheld wireless mic, channel 1, which is the pulpit mic, and channel 2, which is the pastor's headset mic, should all be on for this service. There are also wired mics on the left and right hand sides, channels 15 and 22, that you'll need to have on, and the laptop is channel 23. It should also be on. So none of those red indicator lights should be on. During this service, as with the first, you'll want to follow along with your bulletin and your sermon text to make sure that everything that's being projected on the screen matches what's happening during the service. You can use the camera to zoom in on special music performances or the pastor during the children's sermon, but bear in mind the people in the chapel will want to see the slides for the sermon, so please focus on them as they're projected on the wall for their sake. And when the service is over, during the postlude, some slides will play. When the postlude is finished, you can start taking the equipment apart. To turn the projectors off, take both projector remotes and press the upper right hand red buttons 2 times. This should turn the projectors off, and you can double check by looking at the projectors themselves to make sure the LEDs have turned yellow. After that, please don't forget to go back over to that switch on the floor and press the letter A, which is below the FSH, so the feed's back downstairs. Also, when you're finished, you'll want to turn off the main power over on the sound cabinet by pushing the down part, and you'll turn the Caroline key from inhibit back to run. Put the laptop back on the desk and the camera back in the drawer on the desk, and that should cover it. If you have any other questions, just ask BJ. He'll be happy to help you before or on the day when you need help. Thanks so much.